What's up, YouTube? This is your big bro, King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at @KingJabez. And for those who want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Chosen men, women, I have a very important message for you guys tonight. You have shifted overnight. Angels are present around you. I want you to understand that. Curses are being broken, and doors are being unlocked for your blessings. Let those strong statements sink into your subconscious mind, into your spirit, into your being. Shifts happen at night. And I've had a lot of experience with this. I got so much to say to y'all today. I got some type notes I got here. And I'm just ready for you. Just what I've experienced. And I've been kind of quiet for a while on this channel. And because I've been I have been processing all of these downloads. And so I believe I got a lot of revelation over the last 10 days or so concerning dreams and visions, concerning our time and sleep, what happens in the spirit realm at that time, in particular at midnight, 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. So I had a lot of experiences myself over the last week. I want to talk about what I've been through and some thoughts I got that can really help you concerning those shifts. And so if you're having trouble sleeping at certain times, let's say you're waking up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., that is for a reason. I'm going to tell you that is the Most High waking you up to meditate and waking you up to pray. What you are doing, you are blocking some negative energy coming your way. Listen to me good today. See, this is big boy stuff. This is big girl stuff. This is not taught in churches. This is what happens in the real world. At that time, witches and warlocks are out here casting spells, and I feel this negative energy even as I say that, right? Because I'm speaking truth. Working witchcraft on people. And they understand that most people are just completely unaware. I didn't know about this 5 years ago. Of course, I understood the reality of witchcraft, witches and warlocks. I always knew that. But I didn't know the details I know now. I didn't know that there were people up at that time literally working spells and doing demonic stuff. And you and I have a responsibility to counter that. Now, if you go back on my channel, I talked about this maybe a year or two ago, and I've been constantly revisiting this because I believe this may be a key to some of your blessings. That's why I keep coming back to this topic. I think some of you can get out of some challenges in your life if you can tap into this. So let's do some work. We're going to have an experience here now. I have here incense, which I have lit. This is a symbol, by the way. To me, that symbolizes your prayers, which go up before the throne of the Most High, which is what I call the Most High. Okay? It goes for His throne when you pray. And this oil is a symbol of what I talk about a lot. Very popular video on my page. And it is a rare anointing. If you are a chosen man or woman, that's what that means. You're anointed. Okay, that's what it means to be chosen. Let me make it plain. You have been selected by the Most High to do something. And it's up to you to figure out what that is. Right? Chosen doesn't mean just to spiritual service. That's what some people believe. You can be chosen to lead the culture through music. You can be chosen to be a great athlete. You can be chosen to be an entrepreneur and bring wealth to your community, to bring your family out of poverty. So being chosen or anointed, let me make that clear. This anointing has multiple purposes. The purpose of the anointing oil, which is a symbolism, by the way, isn't just so you can be someone like me, right, who does these talks about God and spirituality. That's one part of it, right, is communication. That's what everybody thinks. But there's something called service. And there are other reasons or purposes, rather, better word, choice of words, for the anointings over your life. Some of you are anointed to be a great physical person in fitness and to inspire people to get their health in order. That's a calling, right? So figure out what you're supposed to be doing. That's what I'm trying to say, right? But while we get into that, let's have an experience. We have this incense. Again, it's a symbol. It's all it is. Don't relax. It's just a symbol to me about incense going before God. That's in Revelation, by the way. And the oil is a symbol of the anointing, aka chosen. So if you're watching me, you are anointed. Let me tell you flat out, okay? Now that that's been said, let's go ahead and do this prayer today. Let's do some work. Let's go ahead and get down to business today. I have today a never again confession that I want to speak over your life. You ready for this? Never again will Pharaoh or Satan control me. because I have been delivered from his power. Felt that. Never again will I allow witches and warlocks to do what they desire in my life, but I will resist them and they will flee from me. Never again will I listen to or believe the lies of the devil, and he is the father of lies. Never again will I be vexed by witches and warlocks. Never again will I be harassed by these bullying spirits. Never again will I be bound, for Yeshua has made me free. I am free indeed. Never again will I allow the demons, this is a big one, listen to this one, of double-mindedness to confuse me and make me indecisive. Whew. I feel better. Did you guys feel that? I feel a shift in my spirit from that. So I hope you all received that. And I know you guys appreciate them prayers. You told me to do it all the time. Whenever I do these type of messages, you all always appreciate this. So I feel led to do that in certain videos. I don't do that every video, as you can tell. I don't force my beliefs upon people. But whenever I feel led in my spirit to bless my audience that way, that's what I do. Okay, so I hope you all receive that. And I trust and I know many of you will. Some might not appreciate that, and I understand that. I respect your beliefs. I don't have a problem with that. But a lot of you will appreciate that. So thanks for listening to that. Now that that's been said, let's talk about what's on my mind, and that's just this. I have been personally, on a personal level, waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. for like the last week straight. I don't think that has ever happened to me. And so that tells me that the Most High is trying to shift me. Right, and I'm not making it about myself. I'm making it about myself personally right now to teach. I'm going somewhere with this. So I've been getting up every morning. I mean, I'm not. It's like you can't plan it. How do you wake up without even trying at 3 o'clock? One day it was 3 a.m. I mean, it's wild how this is happening. And the first thing I do is to toss and turn. To be honest, I'm not gonna say that loud to you on camera. Toss and turn, but you can't shake it off. And so eventually I get up, and then I meditate and pray. And I believe I think, by me doing that's countering something that's trying to come against me, right? And I think if you do this, it will counter some, let me say something, let me get clear. Witchcraft, let me talk direct now, and spells that people are trying to work against you, you can get up and fight against that. That's what we're saying today. And I believe if you do this, you will see blessings in your finances. You will see advancement with your entrepreneurship goals. You will see success in your business. You will see success, give a reason to do this, in your relationships, in terms of rather finding your person, right? All of this happens during those times. So I believe, my belief now at this point is that between 3 and like 5 a.m. is when the veil forward is the thinnest, right? I can't think of a better word right now, between the natural world and the spirit realm. So, if you follow my content, big bro, I'm a big believer in the natural and spiritual, right? I'm a realist. This is why I go to the gym every day. This is why I work, because I believe there's something I have to do in this natural realm. Yes, I believe in the spirit realm. I believe in prayer. I believe in meditation, all of this stuff, oil, anointing, etc. All of the above. I have read hundreds of books about it, but I'm also a very practical person. I have to get out here and work with my hands. I need my body to get things done. I have to use my voice. When people see me, they don't see my spirit, they see my physical appearance. So what? I get my hair braided. I go to the barbershop. I do skincare every day. You follow me? I'm a very spiritual and practical person. I believe as chosen ones, we should do both. That's what some of y'all mess up. Some of you focus just on the spiritual, right? And then the physical, you kind of lacking. And then some of you, it's all about the physical. You got your body, you got your hair done, your nails, some ladies, and you ain't prayed in months. I don't know. Don't get mad. I'm just talking to you. Don't get mad at me. Some of you got mad. No judgment. Just hear me out. Okay? You got to do both. Talking to you for a second, sis. Nothing wrong getting your hair done. You should get your hair done. That's part of being a woman. Nothing wrong with that. Put your makeup on. Get you some nice clothes. If you want to make some adjustments to your body, all that's fine. I don't care. That's all your business. You can do all of that. But with that, make sure to take care of this too. And that's your spirit. I believe your spirit's located where your stomach is at. It's hard to explain that, but that's my belief, right? That's why I say a gut feeling, and I'll try to find a better way to articulate that because it sounded rough even coming out. But my belief is your spirit is somewhere there, right? Focus on that too is what I'm trying to say. So when you focus on the natural, and you need to do that, because that's what people see. People, when they see you, they see your disposition. So when I walk to a room, they're not thinking Iron or Soul or King's Best. They just see a 6'2" black guy. I walk to a room, I'm 6'2", 200 plus pounds, beard, deep voice, and that's their first impression. And so I know that can be intimidating to some people. So generally speaking, I tend to be friendly. I'm going to be honest, because I understand that I have, to those who don't know me, what could appear to be an intimidating presence, right? So I don't apologize for that, but I'm conscious of that. So I utilize that to my advantage. And when people think you're intimidating, come give me some game now. When people think that you're intimidating and you show that you're kind, you win over the whole room. It worked like charm for me every time. It took me years to figure it out, by the way. I'm giving you guys some game. Some of you guys like me, some of you bigger guys, 6'2", 6'5", 300-pound guys, and people feel some type of way. I'm telling you, it took me years to figure out. I used to get offended by it. I don't get offended anymore. I see it for what it is, and what I realize now, that's the power you have. So it went over the room. So let me just drop the game for the guys real quick. And you ladies too, by the way, who have an intimidating presence. When you're kind, you win over people. Free game for you. Some of you will receive that. Some of you won't. What's the purpose of me saying all that? People see the physical. So that has to be taken care of too. But we have to also take care of the spiritual. And that is the purpose of these 3 a.m. prayers. So I got some notes here I want to get into right now. So in the Indian culture, over in the East, they see 3 a.m. to about 4:30 as a time of heightened intuition, a time of reflection, thinking, getting ideas. Some of you may be experiencing what I've been experiencing for the last 3 or 4 days, even now, a slight ear ringing in my left ear in particular. Of course, I know that can be for medical reasons. I get that before you diminish this teaching. However, in addition to something being medical, there is a spiritual or multiple spiritual reasons for ear ringing. You are essentially elevating to a new frequency of vibration in your spiritual being. And so some of you are experiencing this because you have possibly been in contact with angels. This is real. And I don't understand why people don't believe, because as you tell, I got so much to say that I'm just bubbling over this information today. Why people are so quick to believe that a demon could be in a room, but when we say an angel is present, they don't want to believe that. Think about that. That's been kind of messing with my mind for the last couple of days. Why are people so quick to believe, oh, it's a demon? But if you mention an angel, we think it's a joke, right? But some of you have come in contact with angels, which is why you may have this ear ringing. Think about the frequency of an angel, right? If an angelic being came into your home in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., that frequency and energy would shift you, and that may cause a physical reaction. And that's something that is biblical. Often a spiritual experience would trigger a natural reaction, right? We have multiple examples of that. People will sometimes faint and whatnot based on their spiritual experiences. That happens, right? So some of you may have ear ringing. I have some notes here. What's the purpose of that? It is God and angels trying to get your attention. Let me make it plain today. You are tapping in through your prayer meditation. So when this happens, pray, meditate. I've been preaching meditation for months now. I'm going to keep preaching that. You need to meditate. Prayer is one thing, but you also need to meditate. And what is meditation? It's essentially getting downloads in your mind, calming your mind. Because if your mind is calm, let's talk about this. If you can get control over this realm here, your mind, that controls everything. So that should be enough of a reason to do it. You need control, or you need can't get my words out. You need complete control over your thinking faculties, the way you make decisions, your reasoning, your understanding. If you're struggling with depression or anxiety or confusion, you may need to meditate. Now, I'm not saying you know if you want to go to a therapist, something like that, that's fine too. Nothing. I'm not against that. But in addition to that, for your own personal edification, you may need to meditate. You may need to spend some time in prayer. And all of this happens at these special times to give you a shift to the next level. So what is happening? I don't normally read from my notes, but I am today because I want you to get these. I want to make sure I get these thoughts in. What is happening at this time? What shift are you experiencing? You are breaking demonic chains. Let me make that plain. You are breaking demonic chains. You are canceling assignments against your life. You are speaking victory and life over yourself. Do you hear me? So let's break that down again. If you are up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., midnight. By the way, what happens often at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m.? What's going on? What places are packed at those times? bars, clubs. Again, if you're going, I'm not judging anybody. You might have been turned up yesterday. That ain't my business. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying, at those times, there's a lot of activity. And what's happening at those times, you got a lot of music playing. You got some drinks out there. You might have some weed. So you got a lot of spirits in the room, right? A lot of activity is happening. And it's something you can't see. And you got the lights and everything is colorful. That's for a reason, because we were meant to be around color. That's another subject in itself. Why they have so many colors in kindergarten, as you get older, it gets more bland. Guys, I got so much stuff on my mind today. My mind is just running 1,000 miles an hour with all these downloads, and how they kind of just numb us as people, take away that life and that frequency and vibration that we crave and desire, and they place all their energy in the wrong places. That's what I'm trying to say. So you go to a club to see all the lights and the music, and it's a good time, right? That's why people go. Common sense. And we make our everyday lives boring, which is the way it should not be. But I'm going to just leave that right there where it's at without preaching about that. But I want to stress these points again. If you're up at these times, you are breaking demonic chains. Okay? You are canceling assignments against your life. You are speaking victory over your life and yourself. That's huge. And the reason this is important, Yeshua, the Messiah himself, would wake up early in the morning to pray. So if Jesus did this, Yeshua woke up early in the morning to pray, then we should too. You say, where's that in the Bible? I'm going to give you a verse for this one. I'm going to go ahead and tap into it. All right, check this out. Mark 1:35. You say, big bro, you tapping in today. I'm tapping in, man. Let's work, ladies, men. Let's do some work. And Mark 1:35, and in the morning, rising up a great while before the day. Okay, this was 6 a.m. That's what that means. This is early. It's probably about 3 a.m. probably. 3, 4, 2. We only can guess, right? It was early. He went out and departed into a solitary place, aka isolation, right? Aka your time of meditation. Just we're teaching for a second, meditating, everything I've been saying, and he prayed, right? So if the Messiah himself felt the need to get up really early and pray, then we should from time to time too. And this has been my experience, which I'm speaking on so much this week. I think the Most High wants me to. That's why I had the experience. I'm telling you guys, I can't make this up. I've been getting up almost every day for like about a week straight, between 3 and 4 a.m., like clockwork. And so I felt like it was for my own personal life, but to give you all this teaching. And I think God let me experience this to help me see what's going on in my life on a personal level, obviously, but on a bigger scale to empower my audience and to share with you guys what you're experiencing. Because this doesn't just work for me. That's my point of saying all this. It ain't about me. This is about you and your life and how you can have a shift every single night. So I hope you guys, ladies, appreciate this video. Thanks for listening. God bless you guys. Love you guys.